to the school board of Tahlequah Public Schools. My name is Kaylee Earlywolf. I'm the department head of the Family and Consumer Sciences department for the district. I am here because I believe the Tahlequah High School needs a new food and nutrition program in addition to the current Family and Consumer Sciences electives that are available at the high school. I don't think enough students are taking the Family and Consumer Sciences classes, and they need to learn more about nutrition. So, I am proposing for the high school to conduct a one-day class to teach the students about nutrition early in the school year. There is need for a nutrition program currently. Right now, during the month of April, only around half the entrees offered for the school lunch are edible for students who are either gluten-free or lactose intolerant. They can eat sides, but they can't eat the entree, which is the biggest part of the meal. Vegetarian students only had one entree this entire month of April. Besides that, the National School Lunch Program has restricted calories per meal to between 750 and 850 calories. So, the athletes at our school who have great higher physical activity levels and need more calories, not to mention that they're growing teenagers, are not getting enough calories from their meals. Also, students who don't get enough food at home aren't getting enough calories from their meals. So, benefits and costs for this nutrition program. Benefits are that students would be healthier. Students that have specialized diets, students who don't get enough to eat at home, and students who have higher physical activity levels would be able to know better the kind of nutrition that they need and make better decisions on their food intake, so that hopefully they would be able to get the right nutrition that they need from school. Also, another benefit of this program would be that even students who currently have their caloric needs and nutritional needs met by the school lunch program would still benefit from having this knowledge about nutrition and their personal nutritional needs. These students are about to graduate high school and go off into the world, and we don't want them to only eat fast food for the first few years of their independent lives. We want them to be aware of their nutrition and be able to fulfill their nutritional needs. The cost of this program would be the time and materials. We would need a day away from classwork where we could teach the students about nutrition. I suggest this be sometime during the first week of school when classes are still getting settled and a lot of students are changing which class period they're going to be in, and hopefully it wouldn't be disrupting class time too much. It would also take a little time to train teachers to be able to conduct these lessons. And then material-wise, the materials we would need for this program would be a few sheets of paper per student for worksheets and an extra day of lunch meals. I'm wanting to have 2 full meals worth of lunch options so that students will be able to mix and match the food they're going to eat. These are my qualifications to be making this proposal and be planning this course. I have a bachelor's degree in nutritional sciences from Oklahoma State University. and a master's degree in education, also from Oklahoma State. While I was working on my master's degree, I was a teaching assistant in the Nutritional Sciences Department at OSU, and now I am currently the department head of the Family and Consumer Sciences Department at Tahlequah Public Schools. Because of both my previous work in teaching people about nutrition and my current work in teaching people about nutrition, I believe I have the necessary knowledge and qualifications to make this class to where that it'll be effective for the students. So, this is the kind of preparation that I wanted to do for the class. This would be to purchase materials. The materials we're going to need is worksheets and the time periods, getting the worksheet set up and training the teachers on this, and getting PowerPoints made for the teachers to teach from, and all that would probably be best to be done over the summer so that it doesn't enter in the first week of school rush. And then sometime during the first week of school to send permission slips to parents so that they know that their child is participating in this. So, on the day of the class, my plan is that the first thing in the morning, students will take a survey about their own nutritional needs. The survey will ask questions like, is the student have any food allergies? Does the student follow a special diet? Is the student at particular activity levels where they need more calories? Questions like that. Then, teachers will teach a lesson about nutrition. They'll teach about basic nutrition, food groups, the kind of vitamins and nutrients that students need, calories that people need, and then we'll talk about personalizing one's diet so that the milk food group isn't always necessarily milk. It can be anything that has dairy or calcium or whatever in it. We'll talk about different substitutions that you can do to get different nutrients in your diet even though you can't eat certain other foods. And they'll learn how to plan their own nutritional needs. Then the students will get into groups based on what kind of needs they have. I'm hoping to put all the students who are, say, lactose intolerant into a group together so they can work together on this kind of meal plan and give them a set of options that today's or the day's lunch will be, and they can mix and match, make sure they get something from every food group, make sure they get a proper amount or an appropriate amount of calories for their activity level, all that. And they'll make a meal plan for themselves. So, I've got an example of this activity over the next few slides so you can see kind of what the kids will be doing. So, I've got a list of food options. This could be 2 lunches of food. I've color-coded the food groups so you can see that fruits in the diagram are in pink, vegetables are in green, protein is in blue, grains are in red, and dairy is in orange. So, and then this is some of the meals that students could create out of these options. So, a general student who doesn't have any particular nutritional needs could have macaroni and cheese with cauliflower and broccoli, baked chicken, and juice. That would have their grains, dairy, vegetables, protein, and fruit. A vegetarian student could swap out the chicken for baked beans so that they are still getting protein. A lactose intolerant student could put the chicken into the pasta and vegetable thing, but not put cheese over it, and have soy milk instead. A student that can't eat gluten could have rice instead of macaroni, and milk because they didn't have cheese. And then a student who's athletic could have extra stuff to drink and extra protein to help with muscle development. So, and then the afternoon of class, students will make more meal plans under a teacher's supervision. I planned that students could make a week's worth of meals so they can get their daily calories in and taking into account breakfast and dinner. This would be especially helpful for students who are seniors and will be adults next year, or students who are already living on their own because they're already grown, because they're more in control of their own breakfast and dinner situations. I would also like them to get the August's cafeteria menu for the month, and they could look through the lunches that month and figure out which options they are able to eat, which ones they aren't going to be able to eat, what they can replace that with, whether they need to bring a lunch from home that day, and all that. So, in conclusion, I think this class has relatively few costs, mainly of time, and it has great benefits for students, both ones who need something different from school lunches and those who are currently satisfied with school lunches. So, I suggest that Tahlequah Public Schools implement this class at the beginning of the 2016-2017 school year. So, thank you for watching my proposal.